Last year, Doogee has brought to the Philippines through Lazada the Mix smartphone, featuring an almost bezel-less setup. And it didn't stop there. Before 2017 ended, the company has released a successor to the Mix called the Mix 2, and it looked nothing like its predecessor. Hey guys, this is Kim from YugaTech, and here's a review for the Doogee Mix 2. Let's find out if the Mix 2 is a worthy successor to the Mix. The Mix 2 looks nothing like its predecessor. This one is definitely an eye-catcher with its very glossy all-around finish and solid build. Not to mention, it's a huge device too. Holding it with one hand feels a little bit tiresome because aside from the fact that it's a huge device, it's quite hefty too. Up front, you'll be greeted by a monstrous 6-inch 18:9 aspect ratio Full HD Plus display with a resolution of 2160 by 1080 which equates to 403 ppi. Viewing content in this device has been a treat. Colors look vibrant, crisp, and accurate. It has wide viewing angles as well as decent outdoor usability. Just above it are the dual 8-megapixel 130° plus 8-megapixel 88° front cameras, speakerphone, and sensor. The right side of the device houses the volume rockers and power lock button, while the left side is noticeably absent of any ports, slots, or buttons. Up top, we have the hybrid dual SIM card slot. It would have been nicer if it had a dedicated microSD card slot. Down below, we have the USB Type-C port and 2 speaker grills. Yes, it forgoes the use of a 3.5mm audio port, but luckily, Doogee has added a USB Type-C to 3.5mm dongle in the package. Its loudspeaker quality, though, is mediocre. It lacks bass, isn't too loud, and sounds a bit tinny when the volume is set at maximum level. Still, it would suffice for casual listening. We suggest that you plug in your favorite speaker or earphones. Its back is a real deal breaker. The unit we have comes in ocean blue color, which gives the device an elegant aura, and quite honestly, it can serve as a mirror too. It's highly prone to fingerprint smudges, so Doogee provided a hard case inside the box. Meanwhile, the 16-megapixel plus 13-megapixel dual rear cameras with LED flash, the fingerprint scanner, and the Doogee logo can also be found there. One of the main features of the Mix 2 is its quad cameras. It's packed with a 16-megapixel plus 13-megapixel f2.0 face detection autofocus rear camera with LED flash and an 8-megapixel 130° plus 8-megapixel 88° wide-angle front camera. You have several modes to choose from when taking photos on the rear cameras, such as Face Beauty, Blur, Mono, Panorama, Watermark, HDR, and Pro. It also has 9 filters for you to choose from. The front shooters, on the other hand, are limited to Face Beauty and Mono modes. Images produced are okay, but they're not something that will wow you. They're decent with sufficient details. Taking pictures isn't snappy too, which is quite a downer. Still, we had fun during our time with it. Low-light photos, on the other hand, look bad and get really noisy and washed out. The blur effect could use some work too. Same goes with its front cameras. It wasn't impressive, but it would suffice given the fact that it's only 8 megapixel. You'd still be able to take good and sharp selfies with it. Video-wise, it can shoot in 4K after receiving the update, and Full HD 29fps in 0.3 GP format. Quality is nice with decent colors. However, its autofocus can get jittery. It also lacks video stabilization, so it's sensitive to movements. The Mix 2 runs on Android 7.1 Nougat. Doogee kept it minimal and didn't include any bevy of bloatware. Pre-installed Google apps are there such as Gmail, Drive, Duo, Play Music, you name it. There's an app drawer that you can access by swiping up the home screen. Like what we've mentioned, the company kept the interface simple and the only native app that you can find here is a system manager. It's basically a utility app to manage power, clean junk, and auto-clean your device. Inside it, you'll also find an app lock and freezing room, apparently to freeze apps. A long press on the home button will launch Google Assistant, which comes in really handy. Out of 64GB storage, there's a plentiful 49.72GB left for you to use. Should you want more, you can always expand it via microSD card up to 256GB. Powering the Mix 2 is a MediaTek Helio P25 processor paired with a Mali T880 GPU. It's got a large RAM capacity of 6GB and 64GB of internal storage. Performance is smooth as we rarely encountered lag or crashes. Multitasking is a breeze, though its fingerprint scanner isn't that responsive. There were instances that it failed to recognize their fingerprint, which can be quite frustrating. Games like Asphalt 8, Into the Dead 2, and NBA 2K18 run with ease, though a few frame drops were noticeable. The device heats up pretty quickly, specifically near the rear cameras. Good thing Doogee provided a hard case to remedy this. Here are the benchmark scores we got. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, and 4G LTE are supported by the Mix 2. It can accommodate 2 nano SIM cards, though you have to sacrifice one slot for the microSD card. It also has gyroscope but no NFC. Call quality is loud and clear, as long as you're in an area with good reception. Connecting to mobile data is quick, and navigating using Google Maps and Waze was pretty accurate. The Mix 2 is equipped with a 4060 mAh battery, which lasts us an entire day of heavy mobile data use. If you're not a heavy mobile data user, this device can last you a day or two. PC Mark battery test yielded 10 hours and 47 minutes, while our video loop test, which involves playing at 1080p clip and loop in airplane mode at 50% brightness and volume with headset plugged in, yielded 12 hours and 45 minutes, which is not bad. Charging it from 0% to 100% took us about 2 hours. So is the Doogee Mix 2 a worthy successor to the Mix? The answer is yes. If you could look past its flaws, like its mediocre rear camera's quality and unresponsive fingerprint scanner, then this is one solid device. It's got a large FHD Plus display, 6GB of RAM, 64GB of internal storage, and a 4060 mAh battery. For its price, the Mix 2 is worth considering. The Doogee Mix 2 is available for order at Lazada for 12,995 pesos. Alright, and that's about it, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Again, this is Kim from YugaTech, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!